In a quiet village nestled between two towering mountains, there was a peculiar path, one that led to nowhere. The villagers called it the Lost Path, because anyone who walked it never seemed to reach the end. Most avoided it, dismissing it as pointless. But to a young boy named Kian, the path was a mystery waiting to be solved. He had always been curious about places, about stories, about life. And something about the lost path whispered to him, urging him to follow it. One crisp morning, with nothing but a satchel and a lantern, Kian decided to venture down the path. "You'll only waste your time," the villagers warned. But Kian wasn't seeking an end. He was seeking something more. The path was unlike any he had ever seen. It twisted and turned, weaving through groves of ancient trees and over streams that shimmered in the sunlight. As he walked, Kian noticed peculiar carvings on the stones lining the path, symbols he didn't understand, yet felt oddly familiar. Hours passed, and the path seemed endless. Just as doubt began to creep into his mind, he heard something, a soft echo, like a distant melody. Curious, he followed the sound, his steps quickening. The melody grew louder, leading him to a clearing where an old man sat beneath a massive tree. The man's eyes were closed, and he played a haunting tune on a wooden flute. Kian stood silently, listening until the melody ended. "Why do you walk this path, boy?" the old man asked without opening his eyes. "I wanted to see where it leads," Kian replied. The old man chuckled. "Everyone comes seeking an end, but this path isn't about reaching a destination. It's about what you find along the way." Intrigued, Kian sat beside the old man. "What do you mean?" The man gestured around them. "Look closely. Every tree, every stone, every stream tells a story. This path isn't lost. It's forgotten. Those who walk it seek something grand, but they miss the simple beauty along the way." Kian looked around, truly noticing his surroundings for the first time. The carvings on the stones were symbols of old tales. The trees bore marks of seasons long past. Even the streams seemed to hum with life. "You see," the old man continued, "life isn't always about reaching the end. It's about the moments you gather as you walk. Most people rush through, seeking a goal, but they miss the journey itself." Kian smiled, understanding what the old man meant. He realized that he hadn't walked the lost path to find an end. He had walked it to find himself, to understand the world around him in a way he never had before. When he returned to the village, the villagers asked him, "Did you reach the end?" Kian simply smiled and said, "There is no end, only a journey worth taking." From that day on, Kian became known as the boy who understood the path. He helped others see the beauty in the ordinary, the lessons in the overlooked, and the joy in simply walking forward. Sometimes in life, we're too focused on reaching a destination to notice the journey we're on. But perhaps the real treasure isn't at the end. It's in every step we take along the way. So, what path in your life are you walking without truly seeing?